Good afternoon and welcome.
Good afternoon. Thank you for having me here.
Now, since this particular decision was reached and made public, a lot of people have been asking questions. What is it all about? What difference does it make? Because yes, usually when in purchase of land or land transactions, a lawyer is expected to be present so that all legalities, or all the I's will be dotted, all the T's will be crossed. But then there's this new 10%. I mean, like, what does it mean? What does it mean? And what was the rationale behind this move by the Nigeria Bar Association of Yenagoa and Sagbama branches? Barrister Whyte, let's start with you.
All right. In the first place, the whole reason behind the new regime of charges, as far as agreements and land documents are concerned, is to actually show the standard practice with reference to relevant laws in the country.
Okay.
This law that is being is about to be enforced in Bayelsa State is not a new law. It has been there ever before the Act was amended, the Legal Practitioners Act was amended to bring in the remuneration aspect of it.
Okay.
Now, the Act, the Legal Practitioners Remuneration regulation is there. It was an order, it was enacted in 2023, and there were directives that, okay, every branch of the NBA across the nation should commence implementation of that order. But the various branches, the respective branches, have been reluctant about commencement.
Why? Any particular reason?
No, the procedure, you have to go through due process for you to arrive at the point of implementation and enforcement.
Okay.
So the procedure was a rigorous process, and just recently, we in Bayelsa State, the two branches in Bayelsa State, the two committees headed by Professor Subai and my humble self, were able to dot the I's and cross the T's to arrive at a process of implementing the 2023 order on remuneration of lawyers in this country.
So before 2023, what was obtainable when it came to processing or a lawyer being involved in land transactions? What was obtainable before the enactment of this law?
Fine. Before the coming of this law, or before our meeting to implement, the practice in this state by lawyers was that somebody will buy a land of 70 million or 100 million, as the case may be.
Okay.
And you see the lawyer being paid 100,000, some 50,000, which is underpricing of the lawyer, which is not befitting for a lawyer par excellence. Now, the law that established these guidelines, or better still, the order, has set a standard. It has raised a standard for all lawyers, uniform standard for all lawyers in the country to abide in. And in abiding in this law, you cannot come and say, okay, come and do a deed of, let's say the cost price of your land is 50,000. So you will not come and pay me 5 naira and say, take this, I don't have money. No. You have money, you have sufficient money to buy land.
Okay.
And you come and complain to the lawyer that, no, I cannot pay you the 10% you're talking about. 10% has always been there. It's just that implementation was lacking. And so some lawyers will want to say, okay, I must survive, man must survive, and so on. So they take unnecessary advantage of lawyers. They leverage on the non-implementation of this law. And today, we are saying that, no, it can never be
business as usual.
No. So we have come up with the implementation procedure.
Okay.
So there is a process which every lawyer in this state, if you are engaged to do any land agreement or any form of agreement, so to speak, you must go through the due process. And in going through the due process, you will be checked. You can't even see cut corners in that process. I think that's the arrangement for now.
All right then. So in the directive to all your members in Sagbama and Yenagoa, which you said would commence on the 1st of October, there was this, you specified on both lawyers inside and outside Bayelsa. Why? Because the land is, the land purchase or the land transaction being carried out in Bayelsa, but the lawyer is being brought from outside Bayelsa. Is that lawyer still under obligation to follow this directive?
Sure. The lawyer has a duty,
Okay.
which is sacrosanct, for him to abide. Because this order is uniform. It's not peculiar to Bayelsa alone. It's not peculiar to Yenagoa branch alone.
So whether you're a lawyer from Lagos or from Kano or from Enugu,
Provided you are called to Barr to practice law, you are called by the Supreme Court to practice law in Nigeria, you are under this order. As far as anything land documentation agreement is concerned.
all right, we are speaking with Barrister Rhodesia Whyte. He is chairman of the Remuneration Committee, Sagbama branch of the Nigeria Bar Association, here to shed more light on the recent announcement from the Nigeria Bar Association of Yenagoa and Sagbama branch regarding the transaction fees that lawyers are entitled to when it comes to land transactions at 10%. Why specify on that 10%? Why 10%? Yeah, Professor Subai.
I don't know if you will. Thank you for having us once again. I don't know if we can give some background.
Oh, yes, please. Yes, please. Yes, please.
The remuneration order is not just focused on land.
Okay.
Yes, because when people think of it, they just think of land.
Land, yes.
Yes, the order is designed at regulating the way lawyers charge. The aim is not just to protect lawyers' interests, but also the interests of the public.
Okay.
Yes, we don't want to see a case where lawyers are overcharging the public, and there could be transactions involving 2 or 3 lawyers. You want to buy land, and then you have your lawyer. I want to sell, I have my lawyer, and then we could have 2 different lawyers involved in that transaction.
Yes.
And the old practice before now was that it's only the buyer's lawyer that will take the percentage. My lawyer may have been involved in investigation, negotiations, and all that, and it goes on with nothing. This order is designed at, addressing that. And then there's also the issue of quacks. Every profession wants to ensure that the standards are upheld. A quack who comes in doesn't understand what he's doing, and if a lawyer doesn't, a qualified lawyer doesn't come in, you may end up having people lose property amounting to billions.
Not just land.
Yes.
In this case. Not just land. Okay.
Yes. So the aim of this order is to regulate the legal profession, to standardize it, and that is what is happening all over the world. Okay. Surveyors are doing that, accountants are doing that, even engineers are doing that. So the order regulates how we charge for labor disputes, how we charge for documentations, and when we talk of documentation, there's land, there's drafting of contracts, how we charge for incorporating companies, consultations, then of course the almighty litigation. Yes, so that is something we need to understand. Again, the order looks at the quality of lawyer. For example, in Bayelsa now we just had 2 senior advocates being sworn in yesterday. My seniors, Ageda and Zimwa. So the order also now creates a distinction in class. Very senior lawyers and senior advocates of Nigeria, they charge something higher. Again, to represent their status.
As senior advocates.
Yes, as senior advocates, as against maybe a lawyer who was called to the bar less than 2 or 3 years. In the past, everybody charged the same. Okay. And we are saying no, the level of expertise these people bring to bear
should reflect
yes,
in the fees.
Yes, so it is all of this that then also there's also the issue of the states. Again, recognizing the fact that not all states are equal. Okay. The order has created 3 state bands. I think we'll still talk more about that.
Yes. Please.
But I'm just trying to give you an oversight. So there are 3 bands basically. There's band A states, Abuja basically, and Lagos. They get to charge higher because the idea is that the economy there is more robust.
Vibrant, yes.
Yes. Then we have band B states. Bayelsa is in band B. Okay. Yes, Rivers State, I think Enugu, Anambra, a number of states. Then we have less states like Kebbi, UB that are in band C.
C, okay.
Yeah, so the charge of a lawyer now will depend on the service he renders, the status of the lawyer, and then the state.
The band in which the state is
beautiful.
Located, okay.
Beautiful.
Situated,
But the focus of many people is on documentation.
Obviously.
Yeah, because every people buy land now and then, so the issue of 10% is not fixed.
It's not set in stone.
No, it's not set in stone. The first 50 million, if the land is less than 50 million, is 10%.
Okay.
Once it goes above, the higher it goes,
the higher the price of the transaction,
yes, then
or the acquisition,
down. The lawyer has to come down. So once, the lawyer's fee, the percentage has to come down. Yes.
So okay, let's understand this clearly.
Yeah.
Let's say the transaction involves a property worth 100 million.
Yes.
That means the 10% fee charged by the lawyer will drop to less than 10%.
Yeah, 5%.
Okay.
Once it's above 50 million, between 50 million and 100 million is 7.5%.
Okay.
But from 100 million and above is 5%. And in fact, the higher it goes, there's a gradual scaling down because we are reasonable people. We recognize that somebody buying property of 1 billion, we have to be considerate. So all those factors are captured into this order.
All right.
Golden FM 97.5.